Hi, I'm Sejal Shagulati from SonderConnect.
Latika Pai, and with us we have Nupur Gupta, the founder of Nira Finance. Hi Nupur, good to have you with us today.
Good to be here.
So you had a great job at Goldman Sachs, right? The dream company, everybody wants to work at Goldman Sachs. What made you quit to start Nira Finance?
Just looking at the scale of the problem at which lack of access to credit problem persists in India today, and the fact that it's highly addressable today because of the regulatory support that we've got, the public digital infrastructure that we have available in the form of India Stack, the increasing smartphone penetration that we are seeing due to falling cost of handsets and data, the consumer willingness to take on debt, all of that comes together to make it a very attractive time to solve this
And
problem.
what exactly does Nira Finance do?
So it's a startup, an online consumer lending space that allows people who so far hadn't had access to credit through formal channels to be in a position to start building their credit scores by start taking microloans from us.
So you would be providing them with loans.
Correct.
What is the amount of the loans that you are going
So
to be providing?
product is a pre-approved line of credit that will vary anywhere between 5,000 to 50,000 rupees. Consumers can vary it over a period of up to 12 months. The money goes directly into their bank accounts, which they can use for both online and offline use.
Great. What do you see the market being for this?
The market size is huge. Consumer lending as it stands in India is a $400 billion, more than $450 billion market.
$450 billion.
Correct.
And this today does not address the market that you are looking at.
Absolutely not.
So you're looking at potentially maybe 3 times more, right?
5 times in 10 years. It's an annualized growth rate of 17%. And this is for industry players, including banks, and new age players, including fintechs. So for fintechs, this growth rate could be as high as 30%.
And if we're sitting with you here, same time next year, and you come as an alumna of SonderConnect, where do you hope Nira Finance will be?
I think it will be a very busy time. I hope it will be a 18-hour work day for me if I'm making it to here. I think that will be the time where we will be foot on the paddle, going through our growth phase, at the start of our growth phase.
Great.
Did you ever think you'd be an entrepreneur? Where did you study? And obviously you went to Goldman Sachs. You must have had a ton of interviews, etc. So what is your background?
So I started out studying engineering, engineering physics to be precise, at IIT Delhi. That was good 4 years. After that, I took up my first job at a finance company, Citigroup Global Markets, working as an ABS analyst. Then for a brief period, I got strongly interested into this area at the intersection of computer science and physics called quantum information. So
Quantum information.
yeah, so you must have heard about Moore's law.
Yes.
So like once things get small enough, you are operating in a world where it's not classical physics which is governing your laws of computation, but it's the quantum physics.
Yeah.
So that changes the paradigm, that changes the what you can compute and what you can not, and how efficiently.
So you said you're from IIT Delhi, right?
Correct.
Now, in the startup ecosystem, you hear all the IIT boys are always talking about their alum network and how cool they are.
It's the first thing you hear.
Right.
I went to IIT Delhi.
So it's been 48 hours since I met you, and
It's
this
the
is
first time
you guys that you're IIT Delhi. So this is classic, right? If you meet somebody from the Ivy League, the first thing they'll tell you is, hey, I went to Princeton and Harvard. So, that my friend here takes her time. I can like it. So what is it, I mean, if you look at the startup ecosystem, right, is everyone, from your batch now an entrepreneur, as keep you reading about it? What is your
It's interesting you bring that up. I was having a conversation with a roommate of mine back at IIT, also a close friend. He's working with a startup in Bangalore as a category manager. Like, why aren't there more graduates from IIT, female graduates from IIT, who are doing startup themselves? So I think one reason could be you see many of these startups that have come to be big valuation companies. There are people returning from outside. Now, I mean, the classical factors that I've always being the key explanatory variables in why we don't see so many female founders at the top, because their families are not willing or in a position to move along with them.
Or let them go abroad and come back.
That's somehow a bigger drag for
Yeah.
females than males as it stands.
Well, wish you a ton of success. Now we come to the fun part of our interview. I promise it won't hurt. We're going to do rapid fire.
Right.
You know, your blink answer and one word would be great if you can do it in one
Get in a
word.
spaceship so I can buy some more time.
What is your idea of perfect happiness?
I mean, it's something that's built out of how you spend your day, the kind of things that you're spending your day thinking about. If there's a good variation, good sense of, so like we start things with a strong sense of purpose, but somehow in day-to-day life we forget about it. If you're able to keep that balance in a day, every day, I think.
What is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear. So now that with regards to the startup, my greatest fear is any of these assumptions that I'm starting out with at the moment. If any of those fall flat in the future or surprise me in a big way, that's the part that I try and not to be wrong about.
Which living person do you most admire?
Let's see. Like I appreciate people who, like, despite having comfortable lives, like people such as yourself, like you had absolutely no reason to do this, and yet you stepped out of your houses, took time away from your family to do this.
Did you hear that? Oh my God.
We've done this interview 100 times. She's the first one to say that. Thank you so much.
It's amazing.
Okay, great. So, what do you do for fun, Nupur?
Exercise, like I try and get my.
She sounds like you.
Mental
Like,
case.
is that like that IIT, IB kind of thing?
We like
What do I do for
exercise.
fun? I do Pilates. 3 things on your bucket list.
Travel, lots of travel, more and more exotic parts of the earth. I mean, I recently started solo traveling 2 years ago, so I want to keep doing more of that.
Solar traveling.
Solo.
Oh,
Travels
solo.
on her own. What a
Okay.
beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best.
Yeah, you get the bed to yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
What else? Try and solve this big problem of lack of access to credit in our lifetime, and maybe also see a quantum computer get built in our lifetime.
excellent.
Very cool.
Excellent. Thank you. It was lovely to have you here. We are, very confident you're going to have a wonderful, super ride as an entrepreneur, and we're there to support you through that.
Absolutely. Good luck.
It's been amazing.
Thank
to be
you.
part of this
Thanks.
program.
Thank you.